Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Instant analysis. Cowboys draft Oklahoma OT Tyler Guyton. It took a little longer than we initially expected, but the Cowboys finally made a selection in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. It was a first round full of twists and turns, with 6 quarterbacks going in the first 12 picks and no defensive player being drafted in the first 14 picks. By the time Dallas was on the clock, they had their pick of all the centers in the draft class, as well as several options at tackle. Instead of picking whoever their hearts desired, the Cowboys traded back 5 spots with the Lions and, ultimately, selected Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma. The trade down makes this work. A big part of the grade for this pick comes down to the fact that the Cowboys squeezed some extra value out of it by trading down. There were plenty of mock drafts that had Dallas taking Guyton at 24, so the fact that they moved back and still managed to land him is pretty impressive. The move is especially savvy given that the Cowboys lacked premium draft capital this year as a result of trading their 4th-round pick for Trey Lance. In their trade with Detroit, the Cowboys netted the 73rd overall pick, which comes towards the beginning of the 3rd round. This now gives them 3 top 75 picks and 4 top 90 picks, which is huge. The Cowboys did have to give up a 7th-round pick next year in this trade, but that seems a small price to pay. They can easily recoup that with a trade down later in this draft, and anticipated compensatory picks next year will also offset the loss. Ultimately, trading down here the way that Dallas did offered an extra inflation to the value of the pick, although the player himself is also worthy of excitement. Tyler Guyton is a natural fit in Dallas. The last time the Cowboys entered a draft with the 24th overall pick, they took a lineman named Tyler who grew up in Texas, played college ball in Oklahoma, and asked him to play a position he hadn't played in college. While Dallas didn't end up picking 24th overall Thursday night, they repeated everything else. Guyton was born in Manor, Texas and initially played at TCU before transferring to Oklahoma, where he became a productive starter at right tackle. Now, Guyton will be asked to move to left tackle, a total of 70 snaps in 3 years, but this will ultimately be a new position for him. That said, Guyton has experience serving as his quarterback's blindside protector. His quarterback with the Sooners was Dylan Gabriel, a southpaw. Guyton will need to relearn how to get in his stance and how to move from the left side, never an easy task, but there is reason for optimism. Guyton was viewed in this draft as a fairly raw prospect with tons of moldable traits, not unlike Tyler Smith on draft night 2 years ago. Dane Brugler of The Athletic ranked Guyton as the 6th best tackle and 27th best overall prospect, saying this: "Overall, Guyton is a work in progress in several areas and a steep learning curve should be expected for his rookie season, but he has the athletic tools and fundamental skills to develop into a high-level offensive tackle. He has the talent to play left or right tackle, although his comfort level is clearly on the right side. As long as he stays motivated and healthy, he will continue on an upward trajectory. Guyton is oozing with upside, and he should form a nice duo with Smith on the left side of the offensive line once he settles into playing left tackle. That, combined with the added value from trading down, made this a very strong first night for the Cowboys draft process." Cowboys enter negotiations with Ezekiel Elliott before NFL Draft report. The Dallas Cowboys have just hours left until the 2024 NFL Draft, and it looks like they're lining up a major reunion. The Cowboys and former running back Ezekiel Elliott have had a will they, won't they saga in terms of reuniting. But the latest news signals a homecoming for Zeke. On April 23, CBS Sports' Josina Anderson reported that Elliott's representation was visiting the Cowboys facility. I'm told the hashtag Cowboys are currently meeting with RB Ezekiel Elliott's representative around the facility a day before the NFL draft, per source, Anderson wrote on X. After reports and rumors saturated the news cycle in mid to late March, talks of a reunion have quieted down. But with major decisions to be made in the NFL draft, maybe the Cowboys are thinking about nailing down their RB group before making a pick. Elliott was a star for Dallas during his 7-year run with the Cowboys, making 3 Pro Bowls. He led the NFL in rushing yards in 2016 and 2018. Elliott's 8,262 rushing yards ranks 3rd all-time in Cowboys franchise history. Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott have mutual interest. Of all the reports and updates from March, the most notable was from ESPN reporter Jeremy Fowler. On March 30th, Fowler revealed that the two sides have mutual interest in a reunion. The Dallas Cowboys and free agent running back Ezekiel Elliott have mutual interest in a reunion, sources tell ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. While a deal between Elliott and his former club has not been reached, both sides are open to it, sources added. Elliott's stint with the New England Patriots did not go to plan. His regression continued, despite signing with a new team. According to Pro Football Reference, Elliott set career lows for rushing yards, 642, and average yards per carry, 3.5. From Dallas' perspective, the hope is that a reunion might pick Elliott back up. That being said, it's far from a guarantee. Elliott is now 28 years old, but 8 seasons is a lot for modern RBs. Further, Elliott's last season with the Cowboys wasn't much better than his 2023 campaign. Elliott averaged 3.8 yards per rush in 2022. He also failed to reach 1,000 yards from scrimmage for the first time in his career. Cowboys could go different route. While Elliott would be a sensational signing, the Cowboys do have options. Besides drafting an RB, they could also try and trade for one. Pro Football Focus writer Marcus Mosher believes it's a possibility, and suggests Houston Texans RB Dameon Pierce as an option. The Texans have since added Joe Mixon and rewarded him with a new contract. He will be their starter in 2024 and beyond, but it wouldn't be surprising to see the Texans draft a running back with some speed to complement him, Mosher wrote on April 23. Pierce has shown serious potential in his 2 seasons in Houston. He totaled 939 rushing yards in his rookie season in 2022, but regressed due to a smaller role in 2023. Mosher figures that Pierce could be available in a trade for a day 3 draft pick. Considering his age and potential, that feels like a good value.